No mistake from the Frenchman.
God, should have been the man. Yes, sir. First class lights on the
Absolutely sensational. Here comes Ward-Prowse. Loftus-Cheek takes aim.
This is Corner Flag Talk.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us once again. So now we're going to do the second part of our club assessment, and that is the transfer talk. So what are we going to do now is we're going to look at positions that we think that the clubs need, and look at one which is like a real top of the line recruitment versus a more realistic one. In some cases, realistic could mean a lower budget, or realistic could mean that it is much more realistic to get the player to leave the club. So, myself and Virgil, we agreed on 3 positions for Manchester City, and that is left back, defensive midfielder, and a centre back. So, where should we kick off?
So we could kick off we kick off at centre defensive guy.
Alright, so for me, my first option, which was so as I said, it's 2 options. One which is a real out of this world one, a top caliber one, and one where is a much more realistic. Now, my top caliber one is Rodrigo, more commonly known as Rodri, which is a defensive mid of Atletico Madrid. He has been dubbed the next Sergio Busquets, and we know how good Sergio Busquets was under Pep Guardiola. And I think the Spanish international, at just 22 years of age, could be Man City's defensive midfielder for the next 5 to 8 years. My budget option, on the other hand, which for other clubs wouldn't really be that much of a budget, but a much more realistic option I had was Declan Rice. And Rodri is, according to Transfer Market, which we are using for all our valuations, was 72 million, whereas Declan Rice was standing at 40.5 million. Declan Rice for me was a little bit more realistic. I think he has a really good technical side to him, one in which that could be used at a higher level club, and he's more realistic for that same reason. He's playing at a lower level club, could be looking for a move upwards, playing for the English national team. He can only cement your place even more by being at the English champions.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that, because looking at Rodri is, a Pep Guardiola type player, and from the games he played with Atletico, you can tell he's very comfortable on the ball. He good at spreading play, and he good at a lot of things that Pep Guardiola could work with to improve him. And right now he has he has a release clause 70 million, which a lot of teams would see that as a lot, but it was Man City.
That's not even my budget.
With Man City and that budget, that is something that a lot of people in Man City was just jump on this. This will be a good bargain, especially as a successor to Fernandinho, and somebody who has been touted as a player that has potential to be world class, and it's a good signing for years to come. So it would make sense it makes total sense as why City wants him, and the price they have to pay, and looking at that and in this transfer window, it's hard to find what's a budget transfer.
I just think, like Virgil, with this position in particular, we look at player that the incoming player would have to compete against, and we look at Fernandinho, and not to talk badly about him, we're not wishing anything upon him, but he has reached a period of his career that he is in the latter years, and he's in the more injury prone part of his career. So any player coming, he would actually be looking at a very much prominent role. So they're not coming to just sit him on the bench. They come in to play. So that's something that players would not have to be concerned about.
So I feel like with the budget sign, and as I say, looking at the options, it would be Declan Rice, seeing that, and obviously West Ham wouldn't let him leave for cheap, but he's another player too that is would cost fees less than Rodri, which for Man City will be a budget, and that's he also a same player that has a lot of comfortable. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's very good defensively because he started out as a centre back, and that is a player that Pep Guardiola enjoy, a player that he could mold.
Yeah. So that was your two options too? Wait. That we really should I get somebody else on this show though. Next position would be left back. Why you don't take it though? Because it don't look like if you copied me.
The left back options for this, he had the best option for Man City would obviously be a player like Ben Chilwell. English player that Man City would need, but right now in this position there's 3 options for Manchester City. Whereas they can go out and try and sign a top left back, Ben Chilwell being one of them, or they could stick with what they have in Zinchenko and probably try to strengthen somewhere else. Because for me, this left back position I would treat this position as this area of strengthening as full back.
Right.
Whereas right now Zinchenko has the opportunity to fight and become the first choice left back, because he recently got a contract extension, and it's known that he has been playing. He has been in good form and been playing great throughout the season. And right now his competition his competition is a fit Mendy. Those two going back and forth. But looking at a signing like Ben Chilwell, that would make the most sense for Manchester City. But I just feel when it comes to budget, could also in this case budget, I wouldn't really say.
Yeah, your budget could actually be Zinchenko.
Yeah. But what I just want to add to that is budget could be in this. I would see the budget as keeping Zinchenko and bringing in more competition of Kyle Walker.
That's intriguing.
And
just a quick question. So in Zinchenko, you see the potential to be a starter left back?
I see potential because the way how Man City play, Man City want fullbacks to go into the midfield.
Right, it's true, yeah.
And Zinchenko is a natural midfielder.
That's good actually.
Whereas and even when Mendy, because Pep has this formation, this that he been trying to do at Man City, whereas using the fullbacks to bomb forward, where you'll see why his strengths, he'll always look at Mendy and you look at Walker for the pace.
Yeah.
But looking at the defensive cover. But I feel if he is to do that, that's obviously something Zinchenko could do. Zinchenko could, and then when Zinchenko play, he might not bring the same game as Mendy forward and whipping any crosses, but it could also open up rotation for Sané to come in.
Yeah.
So it's him Zinchenko to more help out in the midfield and free up Sané on the wing. But looking on the right back side, if Kyle Walker isn't available, then Danilo is a very good replacement, but he isn't. You can tell Pep Guardiola he's not really a Pep Guardiola player. He was bought in mind to be a backup.
Yeah, and I mean I don't see them going up and buying a right back, but it's not like it's a very far out idea. It is very much within their powers to sell Danilo and actually bring in an extra right back, a younger right back. For me. So my dream signing was Ben Chilwell. Same thing, I highly rate him as well. He's now a full English international as well, and starts under Gareth Southgate in place of players like Danny Rose who play at bigger clubs. My budget signing, however, are just 11.25 million. Is Kieran Tierney of Celtic. At just 22 years of age, the young Scot has shown tremendous potential, and for a very long time he has been touted as the better left back between him and Andrew Robertson. Now Andrew's astronomical rise has pushed him above him in terms of his world reputation. But even in the starting lineup, Kieran used to start over him, and now both of them are forced to start one place more left mid. And I think Kieran Tierney is at the stage of his career where I would like to think he's ready to make that move on. And there are other clubs in England looking for left backs. And I do think Manchester City has an opportunity here to get a low budget option, yet a high ceiling of potential in a player. Last position would be centre back. For me, my expensive dream signing is Harry Maguire. Reason being, people see this huge cranium and this big player, but what they don't realize until you watch him is that he's very comfortable on the ball. He's comfortable so much that he steps into midfield a lot. He actually dribbles on the ball a decent amount, kind of like Van Dijk a little bit, and he has the potential to step up into the higher levels of the league. At 45 million, according to the transfer market, it is valuation. However, I do see Man City or any club asking to buy him paying somewhere north of 60 million. And my budget option for me is this young Frenchman playing at OJC Nice in Ligue 1 called Malang Sarr. At 20 years old, the French centre back is strong, powerful, very quick, very comfortable on the ball. I recently listened to a podcast with somebody from Stat DNA saying that Malang Sarr has all the physical capabilities to make that step up and be a Premier League regular. And I'm not saying that he would usurp Laporte, but in me particularly looking at him is that he's left-footed, and Pep Guardiola likes to be playing with a left foot on the left side, a right foot on the right side. And currently in this Man City squad, we see John Stones playing on the right side and Otamendi providing that competition. There is no left-footed centre back to provide competition for Laporte. And in that case, I think Malang Sarr could be a very cheap alternative at just 16.5 million, according to transfer market, 16.2, sorry. That would be a very relatively low fee, given that he has actually fallen out of favour with Patrick Vieira this season, and could be a good recruitment for the Spanish for Pep Guardiola.
Well, look here, and this one we disagree. But my my original signing, I would say Matthias David. I feel this is
No, I just want to say, the only reason that I did not include him, Virgil, is because he come out this week and said it's between PSG and Barca. Now, I'm not saying that Man City don't have the money that they can step in, but just based on that rumor, I just felt like it didn't make sense. But go ahead, you talk it off.
the reason why what is so sad about this young player is his career is being based off the money, and this is not his fault.
Not sure. He's actually everything people thought John Stones would
He is that's true. John Stones saw the potential. He is in his age, just his agent Mino Raiola, and everybody know Mino Raiola as somebody who will, as much as he will fight on for his players to get big super wages and everything, he'll fight on so hard for huge agent fees. And that is the one thing I know, to spar this whole PSG and just it had reports that he went to PSG's, basically offer his player to them.
Yeah, I saw that.
And PSG's a club known for that, okay, they will be paying wild agent fees. PSG not going to care about overpaying a player. They're not going to upset no dressing room, because everybody else could just, if you're upset, you just get a pay rise. But I feel like if Pep could get to him and just talk to him and say yes.
And company will fall.
And say
Companies will fall.
Yeah.
So for free now.
And just let him know. The agent job is to take care of you off the field. But when you are young, and what you need to focus on is your career on the field. You say right now, the only direction you're heading is up. You're right there. You're basically people comparing you to reach the heights of Van Dijk. I just feel he need to be in a team where, and on that manager will improve. I'm not saying that Pep Guardiola is the only manager improvement. I've shown that a lot of other managers could improve him, but.
So if he's a big money signing, then who's your budget signing?
My budget signing, a lot of people might not have heard him. Is a young Brazilian, well, not really young, 22 years. I found him Murelo.
Oh yes.
He is right now, just from just obviously he and the name being passed around. Obviously just checking up on games on things in the Brazilian league. He has that strong. He just very physical, on and off the ball. He has that attitude that he not going to pull. He don't pull out of challenges. He's very strong, very physical. He's exactly like how Harry Maguire is. I thought a player that will know. Going with the ball, run forward with the ball with so much confidence, knowing that alright, if I have the ball, it will come at me, but also comfortable on the ball and quick to play it out. Because looking at that, most people, because when his name came about early when Vincent Company had just leaving, most City fans were seeing shades of Vincent Company in this player, and this window, a lot of Brazilians right now are shining and making big money moves and stuff and making big moves and everything to Europe. And I feel obviously he wouldn't be somebody that would just jump in there and displace John Stones.
Right.
I still believe John Stones, which have shown shady form in England, but John Stones.
He had a step up.
Johnson have potential to reach the heights Laporte and be next to Laporte. I feel like John Stones could be our next starting centre back alongside Laporte. So I'll say and I know his valuation was around 22 million.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Which is not bad for a young Brazilian who.
I know you actually had to overpay for Brazilians coming out today because I think once you pay about 10 or 15 million, you get to automatically get a work permit for them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright guys, so that was the first transfer episode. We will be having more things coming up in the coming weeks, more fans coming on. And just look out for them, look out for your club. And share this with somebody who is a Man City fan. Catch you guys next time. Follow us everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Corner Flag Talk, Instagram, Twitter at Corner Flag Talk. Our website is up. Check it out there for the photos of our first ever event. And look out there for more news. Catch you guys next time.
God, should I been the man? Yes, sir. First class flights on the Delta. Check still sitting on the dresser. Yes, sir. I settled for the lessons. Should I been the man? Yes, sir. Head down, but I stay blessed up. God told me that I'm next up. Yes, sir.